seriously, this is a huge problem coming across our border. And yet we're just pretending that it's just good people looking for a job. It's not actually like a lot of drugs as well as sex trafficking, human trafficking, and stuff like that, and lots of drugs that actually kill people, and drugs that are obviously created for children or young teens because, you know, they look like Smarties. But here's our press secretary answering the question in regards to this colored candy.
Now that rainbow fentanyl has been found.
So we just talked about the day, the overdose awareness day that we are observing today. I just laid out what the second gentleman and others are doing in administration, and we are going to continue to focus the steps that we're taking, that we have taken. You have the $80 million that DHS just announced today on drug prevention, and the president has taken many steps. He's made this a priority to make sure that we attack very dangerous drugs, serious.
I'm glad. Sorry to stop this, but I'm so glad Peter Ducey follows that up because that was like the most insane answer. We're acknowledging Drug Overdose Prevention Day. We're acknowledging that. We're paying homage. We're observing it, as Papa says. We're observing it. I'm watching it. I'm a Flintstone kid. Yeah, those look like Flintstone vitamins. They look like freaking sweet tarts. They look like, you fill in the blank. This should be on every news station everywhere. Because, they care about the children. They care about what's going on in America. But because it doesn't fit the narrative, because it's not, doesn't make the Democrats look too good at the moment, let's pretend like it's not happening. Because that's what's more important than saving children's lives. 100 million strong and growing. Exactly. Yesterday, Biden was talking about the biggest problem that Mexico says is facing is illegal guns going across the border. And the obvious pushback would be, okay, we can have that conversation. So why don't we lock down the border then? Why don't we stop gaslighting the average American citizen? Why don't we stop lying to them about their face and acknowledge that there's an actual real problem going on at the border and somebody needs to do something about it? Because that would be more beneficial than winking and nodding and then pretending that, millions of people aren't flooding a border and that drugs aren't going across the border like crazy and the cartel doesn't completely own the border. Why don't we actually address the issue? No thanks. And that's our modern politics. I'd rather just talk about it, observe the day, and maybe throw some money at it and see what happens. Because they care about you. Don't let them lie to you.
Very dangerous drugs, serious drugs.
We know how the fentanyl is coming into.
This is as loud as I can get it, sorry.
So I will say that you have seen a 200% increase of fentanyl seizure, which means that
I could finish that for you. It means that there's so much fentanyl going across that the few people you're actually getting is showing that more fentanyl is coming across the border than ever before. But yeah, you're right.
We are doing the
Derek, if you lock down the border, then how are the Democrats supposed to get their votes exactly?
job of CANT.
Oops, I mean, how are the homeless voters supposed to get their drugs? Stop being racist. I'm sorry, you're right. God, I didn't even think about I was actually being racist in this moment. That reminds me. I need to repent of my white supremacy in this moment, and I am sorry for the person I was 5-6 seconds ago. It's not something I'm incredibly proud of, but I hope you accept my forgiveness because it's a problem, and we need to address it. Thank you. But continue, Gene.
200%. Hold on. 200% increase. Just again, seizures.
At a rate not seen by drugs. So what is the president going to do?
And we agree. We see those same numbers as well.
Thank you, Papa.
But the fact that we are securing the border, the fact that we are securing record levels of funding from DHS so they can stop illicit drugs from entering into the country. The fact that it's not just drug traffickers that we're dealing with as well. We're stopping financiers. This is what's happening with this under this administration. Look,
but stop. 300 overdoses. This is being designed to target children. Drug cartels in Mexico want to kill American kids. What is this president doing about it?
I hear you. I just laid out 200%.
So the answer is we're not doing anything. We're observing the day.
Increase of that is.
That doesn't. I know she thinks this is a slam dunk answer to that question. It just shows you how much drugs are the amount of drugs that are coming across the border consistently. That's what it shows you. It doesn't show you how good of a job you're doing. It's worse because we know that they've consistently ramped up due to the policies by this administration. I know liberals like to pretend like Biden's got the border on lockdown. Freaking Dark Brandon at it again. The bro's got it going on. It's not the case. It lies and gaslighting, and they don't care what's happening at the border. And drug overdoses, why would we care about that? I mean, we need to get rid of, we're an overpopulated country anyways, right? And there's so much global warming. This will actually help climate change. We see this as a win. We're doing everything we can. Thanks. They celebrate giving heavily armed agencies more money, and it's somehow an achievement. Exactly.
A dangerous drug that we are taking off the street. We are going to continue to focus.
The biggest investment in the history of the United States government was bailing out college students with $10,000 to $20,000 each. And yet this is happening every single day. It shows you how much they care.
Important priority for this president. And I just want to talk about how you're saying that there's the border, right? And how the border, whatever you just stated, I just want to clear this up.
What a freaking jerk, man. I almost dropped the B word on that girl. Whatever you said about the border, whatever you said, I don't know, it was stupid. Whatever it was, just whatever it was stupid. So, but I'm going to let you know this because your facts are wrong.
People are dying.
So migrants who attempted to enter the country illegally are taken into custody by Border Patrol agents. That is how it works. That is the process that we are taking. They are then either expelled by the court order under Title 32, transferred to ICE custody, or monitored through alternatives to detention program as they await further processing. We have made 3,000 arrests in the first 3 months, an aggressive campaign to combat the multi-billion-dollar human smuggling. When it comes to happening with drug overdose, this is something that the president cares about. This is something that the president has.
Such a stupid comment. And I've seen like news agencies saying that actually Biden is putting more people under arrest for flooding the border, and they think that means he's doing a great job. No. It means that the border is being flooded so much so that even without trying, they're arresting more people. And again, you've seen the numbers. You've seen how many people in the last year and a half to 2 years alone have crossed the border. It's unbelievable. And then we have fentanyl coming across the border that looks like this. And people are just like, we're doing everything we can. Okay, we're holding we're observing this day. And we just, we threw a couple $1 million at it. So things are happening. Hold up. The border agents are illegally apprehending illegal immigrants and they're getting more funding. All right, here we go. Continue in this gaslighting at its finest.
Laid out a plan to make sure that
it's a plan. We got a plan. Our babies.
Young Americans.
I'm trying to drop emotion so that you know that I'm serious in this moment.
Country are not continuing to suffer from that, or not continuing to be given or access to drugs. This is something that's incredibly important to this president. So to say that we're not doing enough, Peter, is
a flat out lie, and I hate that you're saying this to me.
Falsely, categorically wrong, especially on a day that we are observing what needs to be done. And
how could you bring this? Oh my God, my tip fell off. How could you bring this up on a day that we're observing? We are observing this day. Unbelievable.
And we have announced DHS has.
Okay, I'm convinced she's a cyborg. Skynet is real, 100%. This is she's who Elon Musk has warned us about.
Announced $80 million to prevent that.
$80 million.
And here's the thing, Peter.
Would you stop bringing this up because it's making me look dumb or bad?
If Republicans want to help us stop overdose and stop our kids getting overdose because of these dangerous drugs.
Oh, say something about funding the police, please.
Because of these fentanyl that we're seeing in the streets.
Please.
We're happy to work with them, but they're not. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
Oh my God. They're doing everything they can. Remember, this drug isn't like a recreational drug. It has extreme addictive side effects. It can ruin your life. It could kill you. And the amount matters a lot. It could kill you. And they don't care. They'd rather talk about anything else than actually address real issues in our cities, especially our inner cities, our bigger cities with open air drug use and stuff like that. They'd rather talk about anything else. A new diversity hire, a new person that makes them feel good on the inside hire, a huge win for society. We have the most diverse administration ever. They'd rather talk about that than actually saving lives and helping you and me out. They don't care about that as long as if they will do something if it means that they will stay in power or look good, and that's all that matters to them. And then they will gaslight you and lie to your face about anything. Goodbye.